For the past 7 years, Christian Harbour has been running his own landscaping company in Melbourne. But despite having a successful business with full-time staff and a dedicated client list, Christian and his partner aren't able to buy their own home.
We found that between the two of us, both of our HECS debts severely impact our ability to borrow money to live around a reasonable area.
Christian's had a few cracks at uni. When he was 18, he became the first member of his family to pursue tertiary education.
It was always something that I wanted to do to make both myself and my family proud.
He initially studied surveying, but found it wasn't for him. In 2020, he decided to study environmental engineering to better himself and his business. But the prospect of placements and the debt involved made him reconsider.
If I had to take anywhere upwards of 12 weeks to 24 weeks off to do placement, I would completely lose my business and be back to ground zero. If I'm still with these guys at 4, you're right to head home.
Christian's HECS debt isn't huge. He managed to pay a bit off and is now sitting around $18,000. But combined with his partner's debt of $50,000, he says it's limited the amount he can borrow to buy their first home near family and friends.
At the current rate, we're going to have a two-tiered society where the only way you can get ahead is if you're already wealthy.
There are around 2.9 million people with an outstanding HECS or HELP student loan in Australia. The cost of some degrees, like law, arts and engineering, has soared since HECS was introduced in the 1980s. Christian says the government's recent changes to the HECS system to tie the interest accrued on debts to the wage price index or CPI, whichever is lowest, fails to tackle the deeper issues in higher ed.
It really does nothing for me today while I don't have food on the table and I'm working 6 days and studying 6 days as well.
Christian, who's now 32, has decided to use his course credits from 2020 to finish off an environmental science degree. But he's working long hours in order to pay for the degree upfront to avoid piling up more debt.
I haven't taken Monday to Friday off since I registered the business in 2016.